Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something that's been buzzing in the car world for a while. The return of an icon. Reborn for the modern era. That's right, we're talking about the all-new 2026 Chevy Nova 454, a name that carries heavy muscle car heritage. Now reimagined with 21st century tech, design, and performance. Is it just a nostalgia play, or has Chevrolet truly delivered something worthy of the legendary Nova badge? Let's find out. Let's start with what grabs your attention first, the design. The front end is bold and unapologetically aggressive. The designers at Chevy have taken inspiration from the classic Novas of the 60s and 70s, blending that old-school muscle look with new-age sharpness. The LED headlights are thin, almost blade-like, tucked into a blacked-out grille that dominates. The fascia. Right in the center is the classic Chevy body, subtly accented with red trim that hints at the power underneath. There's a new vented hood, too, not just for looks, but functional for cooling that monstrous 454 power plant beneath. Moving along the side, the silhouette is where this car really shows its modern muscle DNA. It sits low and wide, with muscular PA haunches that tell you this isn't just a daily cruiser. Sharp body lines run from the front fenders all the way back, sculpting the car's profile into something unmistakably performance-oriented. The massive 20-inch forged aluminum wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires sit tight in the wheel arches. And depending on the trim, you get red Brembo calipers peeking through, a nice touch. Side vents behind the front wheels aren't just for show either. They're part of the Nova's cooling and aerodynamics package, and that fastback roofline. It's a perfect nod to its vintage predecessors, while looking right at home in 2026. Around back, Chevy keeps things clean but mean. You get a full-width LED taillight strip with a glowing red bar that lights up like something out of a sci-fi movie. Below that is a neatly sculpted rear bumper with quad exhaust tips, 2 on each side, emitting a low, guttural growl when you fire this beast up. A subtle ducktail spoiler adds just the right touch of sportiness without going over the top. There's also a diffuser integrated into the rear that improves airflow and adds to the Nova's track-ready vibe. Once you step inside, it becomes clear Chevy wanted to blend modern tech with classic cues. You're greeted with a cockpit that feels premium and performance-focused. The seats are deeply bolstered Recaro-style sport buckets wrapped in a mix of leather and suede, with contrast stitching available in red, white, or blue, an obvious nod to American muscle heritage. The dashboard is driver-centric, tilted slightly toward the pilot, and features a fully digital 12.3-inch gauge cluster. You can customize it with performance readouts, G-force meters, lap timers, the whole 9 yards. The infotainment system is a 13-inch floating touchscreen powered by GM's latest Ultifi software, featuring wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Amazon, Alexa, and even performance telemetry integration. Climate controls are still physical, thankfully, with beautiful metallic toggle switches giving that tactile muscle car feel. The flat-bottom steering wheel has haptic feedback buttons and aluminum paddle shifters if you opt for the automatic. And yes, for the purists out there, a 6-speed manual transmission is still an option. Thank you, Chevy. Now, let's talk about what really matters with the Nova 454, the performance. Under the hood lies a 6.6-liter naturally aspirated V8, pushing out a staggering 650 horsepower and 620 pound-feet of torque. No turbos, no hybrid assistance, just raw, old-school power delivered to the rear wheels. Chevy claims a 0 to 60 time of 3.6 seconds, which puts it squarely in Corvette territory. Top speed, 198 miles per hour. This thing is a monster. But it's not just about straight-line speed. Chevy has worked hard to make this car handle. The new Nova rides on GM's Alpha 3 performance chassis, a refined, stiffer, more responsive platform than what's found on the current Camaro. Magnetic Ride Control 5.0 is standard on higher trims, offering real-time damping that adjusts to road conditions in milliseconds. There's also a performance track pack available with carbon ceramic brakes, an active rear differential, and track-tuned suspension. In the corners, it feels far more agile than you'd expect from something carrying this much muscle under the hood. On the pricing front, Chevy has kept things relatively competitive considering what you're getting. The base Nova 454 starts around $52,000, which gets you the core performance package, manual gearbox, and all the essential features. The mid-trim SSR edition pushes things to around $65,000, adding more tech, premium materials, and magnetic ride. The top-tier ZL1 version fully loaded with carbon trim, Brembo carbon brakes, and the track performance package will set you back around $78,000. Compared to other performance cars in this segment, especially imports, that's a seriously strong value. So, should you buy one? Well, if you're a fan of classic American muscle but want modern reliability, safety, and tech, this is it. The 2026 Nova 454 is unapologetically loud, aggressive, and analog in all the right ways. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's here for the enthusiasts. For the people who still believe a V8 belongs under the hood, that a car should make you feel something every time you hit the start button, and that driving should be an experience, not just a means of getting from A to B. Of course, it's not perfect. Fuel economy is, well, it's exactly what you'd expect from a 6.6-liter V8. And while the tech is great, some might wish for a little more refinement in the interior materials when you climb above $70,000. But those are nitpicks in what is otherwise one of the most exciting American performance cars to drop in recent years. That's going to do it for today's review of the 2026 Chevy Nova 454. Let us know in the comments, would you take this over a Mustang Dark Horse or a Challenger Black Ghost? Or has Chevy just stolen the muscle car crown for the new generation? If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and as always, drive safe, stay curious, and keep chasing that perfect ride.